Mr. Sebastien Bassong, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, and you?
I'm very good, very good, very good. We're here at the Kick It Out event today, Kick Racism Out of Football. It happens every year. They, mark and award people who have done good work in the community to kind of help kick racism out of the game. How important is that?
As a black player, African player, I think it's really important for us, to kick the racism out. Because few players have faced some of racism. So yeah, for me personally, I think it's a really good cause.
Really good cause. I mean, have you attended an event like this before, anywhere?
Yeah, in France, I've heard about it, but I think it happened a lot of time in England, so that's why England is really good for that.
Have you ever experienced any racism since you've been in England?
No, never.
So you find that it's quite a tolerant country in that respect?
Yeah, England is a quite tolerant and open country. The people, their mind are quite open, which is good for us. Different
to France, or quite similar?
Yeah, quite similar.
Yeah. Tell me about the difference between playing in France, not just from a racism point of view. For you, the stark difference between playing in France and playing in England.
It's totally different way to approach the game. In England, it's more physical. It's up and down. The game is going quicker. And in France, it's like a bit like in Italy. It's more tactical than in England. So in England, you got to be strong. It's physical. Yeah.
Did you adjust easily yourself, or was it quite a transition for you?
No, the transition is always a bit hard. You need a few months, to settle you down and to really think like an English player. So it took me maybe 1 or 2 months. Yeah.
I read somewhere that you were getting disillusioned and despondent at Spurs, and maybe you had a little talk with your dad, and he said, you've got to keep your head, stay positive. Was that a difficult period when you wasn't getting picked week in, week out?
Yeah, well, because I wasn't used to it. Like last year, I nearly played every game, so I was used to play. And when you're not playing, it's for a football player. When you want to play, it's quite difficult. But I was talking with my brother, with my family, and my dad especially, and he told me to keep my chin up and to keep working, and my chance were gonna come.
Was last season your best season? I mean, for me, as a Tottenham supporter, I must say, you and Dawson at the back were the reason that Tottenham finished where they did. That consistency. For you, was that your best season as a player, and obviously the achievement, was that most satisfying?
It's maybe one of my best seasons, yeah, because we've achieved the Champions League, and just personally I've played loads of games in high intensity, so yeah, and I think my level wasn't that bad, and with all of my teammates we were well together, so yeah, it was a good season for me.
What was the standout moment from last season? Was it that the moment that you qualified for the Champions League? Was that the most memorable part, or was there any other part of last season that you think to yourself, I really gleaned a lot from that, I took a lot from that moment?
I think my first game was Tottenham against Liverpool, when I scored the last goal. I think when we finished this game, we started the season really well. He gave us like the motivation and to keep it going like that. And there were a few key moments during the season, when we felt, and when I felt like, yeah, we can do something this season. And obviously the last game, not the last game, but the Man City game was the best one.
Long season, obviously, with the World Cup in the middle. What was that like from your perspective?
As a footballer, it was a great season. I've played the World Cup, we finished 4th with my team. It was my first season with Tottenham, I did well. So as a footballer, it was a great season, really tiring, but when you do want to perform, so you really fancy this type of thing. So it was a great season for me.
The Cameroon team didn't perform as well as they would have liked in Africa. Was that disappointing for you?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I was really disappointed about our performance over there in South Africa, because we expected to be better than that. We could have done better, but when you're not really, you don't all think about it in the same way. You don't look in the same way. You can't success.
Was that the biggest stumbling block for you guys? Was that the sticking point that the team weren't as united towards the common goal as they could have been?
Yeah, you know, there was lots of issue between each other, and now everything in the past. I don't fancy to talk about it anymore, you know, because it's a bad memory, quite a bad memory for us. You know, the World Cup in itself is a good memory, but the way we played it wasn't very good.
Obviously, you're looking forward to your next World Cup, so you can put that right then.
Yeah. We gotta go through the qualification first, African Nation Cup, and then maybe the World Cup.
But you've got a good team, got a good squad. I mean, there's good young players. Yourself, Benoit.
Yeah, we've got a really good squad. You know, lots of the players playing in maybe some of the best team in Europe. So as a player, we're really good. But now we're gonna work on you know, as a team.
Personal ambitions for the remainder of this season, Sebastien, what would they be? I mean, obviously you're placed well in the league at Tottenham, playing, albeit you know the last game wasn't as great a success for you personally as it could have been. Are you okay? You're not injured or anything?
No, I'm not injured. I'm 100% fit.
Yeah.
I just want to carry on like that, you know, to stay fit, to improve myself, to keep playing. And as a team, you know, we want to finish in the top 4, going the further we can in the Champions League, and yeah, finishing the top 4. That's the main target for us.
How far can you go in the Champions League though? Great start, fantastic start. Couldn't have been no better, really, could it?
No, it couldn't have been no better than that. But I don't know. Just only God knows when we're gonna do it. So for the moment, you know, we're just waiting for the draw, and we'll see who we're gonna pick. But it's not going to be like an easy game, obviously, because if you want to go through it, we'll have to be our best level.
What's going to be the toughest part about finishing 4th again this season, or indeed above that?
Yeah, if we finish in the top 4, it's going to be really tough, but there is a lot of teams who's going to fight for this top 4. So obviously we've got to, you know, to keep our level up, you know, keep big consistency, and we've got to find the stability we haven't got before. And I think if we keep working together, like, you know, if we win the key matches, the key games, I think we'll finish in top 4 for sure.
Harry Redknapp's been a great motivation for you guys, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a great manager, really famous, you know, he's a strict manager, and he expects a lot from us, so I think he's right.
Have you ever come across a man like him before?
No, never.
It's quite unique, isn't he?
Yeah, he's unique, you know, I've never met someone like him.
You should take him to Cameroon one day. I think that'd calm him down.
Yeah, he'll calm him down, but I think he's not ready to come to the Cameroon again.
Can't take the heat, can he?
Nah. Oh, yeah.
Listen, good luck with the rest of the season, yeah?
Yeah, cheers.